Hi, good morning and welcome to our first lesson today. Today's lesson is about a case study on dependencies. Abstract. First, what is parallel computing? Parallel computing is generally the simultaneous use of multiple compute resources to solve a computational problem. Why used it? Because it saved time and money, solve more complex problem, and better use in underlying parallel hardware. Introduction. Dependencies is understanding of data dependencies, which is a fundamental in implementing parallel algorithms. No program can run more quickly than the longest chain of dependent calculations, since calculations that depend upon prior calculations in the chain must be executed in order. There are two types of dependencies, which is data dependencies, flow dependencies, anti-dependencies, output dependencies, and control dependencies. Definition: data dependencies. 1. A dependence exists between program statements when the order of statement execution affects the results of the program. 2. A data dependence results from multiple of use of the same locations in storage by different tasks. 3. Dependencies are important to parallel programming because they are one of the primary inhibitors to parallelism. Flow dependencies. Known as a true dependency or read after write, RAW, occurs when an instruction depends on the result of a previous instruction. Anti-dependencies. Known as write after read, WAR, occurs when an instruction requires a value that is later updated. Output dependencies. Known as write after write, WAW, occurs when the ordering of instructions will affect the final output value of a variable. Background technique. 1. Simple heat equation, parallel solution. Data dependencies exist, therefore the parallel solution will need communication and synchronization. Implement SPMD solution. Figure 1, pseudocode and implement SPMD model. 2. 1D wave equation, parallel solution. Involve data dependencies, parallel solution involve communication and synchronization. Implement SPMD model. Figure 2, pseudocode and implement SPMD model. Paper reviews. RP1, Data and Knowledge Engineering, Maintaining Consistency of Vague Databases Using Data Dependencies. In this paper, data dependencies is being used on maintaining consistency of vague database. The researcher utilized functional dependencies, FDs, and inclusion dependencies, INDs. These two is the most fundamental integrity constraints that arise in practice in relational database, which to maintain the consistencies of a vague database. Result: FDs is satisfied in vague relations, while INDs is satisfied in vague database. RP2, Derivations I-graphs for dependencies in ordinal and similarity-based data. In this paper, they consider that two basic interpretations as attribute implication and object attribute incidence data are. Objects are allowed to have attributes, features, to degree. Similarity-based functional dependencies in an extension of the COD model of data. RP3, Data dependency in multiple classifier systems. In this paper, propose a new categorization scheme, which is data dependent, implicitly data dependent and explicitly data dependent. Results: 1. Data dependent aggregation method are more stable, while data dependent method exhibits superior generalization ability. RP4, Inclusion dependencies and their interaction with functional dependencies in SQL. In this paper, they propose the non-null inclusion dependencies, NINs, that subsume simple and partial INDs, are finitely axiomatizable and space complete to decide. RP5, Managing data dependencies in service compositions. In this paper, dependency is used in coordinating logic, which that used by service-based system. Result: the data flow pattern language is presented as providing a systematic way of designing the data flow. Thank you for watching.
Created using Powtoon.